this is what they came up with. It's called the McLaren Mercedes SLR, and at first, it's hard to see the point. I mean, the old McLaren F1, the $1 million supercar, that was a one-off. There was nothing to compare it to. But what we've got here are two Mercs. They're both two-seaters. They both have 5.5-litre supercharged V8 engines at the front. They're both rear-wheel drive, and yet that one, with a fold-away roof, is £90,000. That one, with a solid roof, is £312,000. Why? Well, that's what I'm here to find out. It may have the same sized engine as the SL, but that's where the similarities end. This isn't a 500 brake horsepower sledgehammer. It's a 600 horsepower blunderbuss. Oh, word, that was fast. And listen to that noise! Apparently, when they were designing it, the guys from McLaren kept saying, sounds like a Spitfire. The guys from Mercedes were going, 999, sounds like a Messerschmitt. They're both wrong, actually. It sounds like the God of Thunder. Gargling with nails. And the engine is only part of this car's workover. You see, the body of the SLR, and I mean all of it, is made from carbon fibre, which is 3 times more expensive than steel. That's the downside. The upside is that it's very, very strong and very, very light. Now, the SL is a quick car in the same way that I'm good with a tin of beans. But this is Gordon Ramsay. This is the full 626 brake horsepower Morel Mushroom. This does 0 to 60 in a pulverizing 3.8 seconds. Top speed, 208. Welcome, everyone, to the fastest automatic car in the world. And actually, the way it gathers speed is nothing compared to the way it loses it. I'm going to do a simple test. Those cones are 240 feet away from this line and these cones here. Now, that's how long the highway code says it should take to pull up from 60 miles an hour. But I'm not going to be doing 60 miles an hour as I cross this line. I'm going to be doing double that, 120. That is extraordinary. All the organs in my body that were pushed to the back when I accelerated have now shot forward again. My tonsils are now in front of my front teeth. Part of this phenomenal stopping power is down to the new ceramic brakes, which glow when you use them and catch fire when you use them a lot. And part is down to the air brake. Great, but there is a downside. The problem is that there's almost no feel. Braking in this car is like mountaineering in a pair of Wellingtons. They are very odd. But there's something that's even more weird. Why, if they've gone to all the trouble of making this car so light, have they filled the innards up with a big heavy automatic gearbox and air conditioning and cruise control and leather and look at all this stuff. It's all lifted straight off the SL. Surely that's like making an exquisite souffle and then garnishing it with a slab of lard. So, what is this car? A luxury Mercedes or a McLaren racer? Well, let's get in on our circuit. See what's what. It doesn't take long to realise that this is a fantastic car. It's a grippy, agile, adrenaline rush. I can't help thinking that it's actually better than McLaren's current race car. There's actually so much grip that both my lungs are now on this side of my body, and my tonsils, which were here, are now in my ear. But even though it's seriously aggressive, it's as civilized as Switzerland, and no harder to handle than a vacuum cleaner. I actually prefer it to the old F1 supercar. It's less daft, less expensive, less terrifying, and the performance is more accessible because it's more controllable for more of the time. Supercar innards with supermarket convenience. It's brilliant, and I'm not at all surprised it costs 3 times more than an SL55. What does surprise me is that it only costs half as much as the old F1 did. Just a mass of goose pimples. I've never had a feeling like this before. I've never felt anything like that. Listen to that engine! It's a 5.7-litre V10. Originally designed for racing. But now, it's in a road car, and the effect is absolutely mind-blowing! The performance figures really are biblical. You get 612 brake horsepower, and that means 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. Flat out, you'll be doing 205. Even in the fastest, most exotic cars, there's a point where the power starts to lose its battle with the friction of the air. But in this, there's no let-up at all. It's like it's moving in a vacuum. 120, 130, 140, 150. It just isn't going to stop. Not only is it one of the fastest and most exciting cars I've ever driven, it is also one of the most beautiful. It isn't styled with the verve or the passion of a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. It's form following function, and every piece, every detail is as precise and as perfect as Germany's rail timetable. Really, there's only one car this can be compared with, the McLaren Mercedes SLR we tested 2 weeks ago. They both cost more than £300,000 and they both produce more than 600 brake horsepower. But there is a crucial difference. The Mercedes, that's a GT car. It's got a big boot, it's got thick carpet, it's got lots of luxury equipment. This, though, much more focused. Carbon fibre here, a magnesium transmission tunnel, a simple beechwood gear lever. This is a supercar unplugged. As a result, it's much lighter than the McLaren, and that makes it nimbler and edgier, and that makes it more of a handful. Whoa, 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 whoa. You need to be awake to drive this fast. It really isn't an easy car to control. The clutch is brutal, the power is savage, and the handling, you really are on a knife edge. But if you put in the effort, boy oh boy, do you get the rewards. Normally, I like British and Italian cars because they have so much soul and character. German cars I always find are long on engineering but a bit short on passion. This, though, my God.